I'm Jessamy, and today we will be having a book review. But first, let me ask you a question. Have you ever read a book that made you reflect on life or maybe change the way you perceive the world? Well, today let me share with you this book entitled She Died, and this was written by Denny, which is famously known as Have You Seen This Girl? So that is her pen name. And this book was written in 2012. And upon searching about the emerging issues at that time, rape, violence, drugs were major concerns, which I think influenced some part of the story. And also, this book is fiction, and this explores themes like love, kindness, faith, acceptance, friendship, and of course, moving forward. And to give you a summary of this book, so this book revolves around the story of Eros Magdayo and Aries Jane Trinidad. So Eros Magdayo he described himself as an awful person. He loves violence. And although he said that he's not a bully, he's just a rebel. While Eris Jane Trinidad is a literal angel who fell from heaven and had a mission which involves Eros. And that mission includes making Eros have a change of heart, change of character, and also believe in God's existence rather. And also to help him find true happiness by forgiving people who cause him pain, and also by accepting what has happened, moving forward, and let love foster within his life. Okay, now let's have some of the key characters in our story. So also we have Teresa. Teresa was sister or older stepsister of Eros Magdayo. She was diagnosed of a cancer and only had a month to live. Then uh, she was also the reason why Eros Magdayo uh, offered, or rather accepted, Aries Jane's offered, which is for him to accomplish the task, which is to fulfill this heart necklace of good deeds. So this heart will be fulfilled with the red color if Eros continue to do good. Okay, and also Ate Lisa was very kind. She was the only one who was helping Eros, and also she was the only one who knows Eros the most. Now we also have Johan, who becomes Eros' best friend. Johan, at first, he was also aloof, and he always tried to ignore Eros Magdayo, since Eros was a walking problem. So Johan was also afraid of him. He sees Eros as a bully person who loves hurting other people. That's why, however, at the latter part of the story, they become best friends because of Aries. Aries saw Johan first, which she perceives him as someone who is kind. He Aries also know that Johan likes someone, and then they plan to help him. So that becomes the mission. Helping him was part of the mission for Eros, which made the necklace have a fulfillment of the color red. Now let's talk about some of the major events that happened in the story. So first, Aries had a mission which she must convince Eros to believe in God, to have a good heart, and to change his life, to see the good in people. And the next part is that Eros, upon spending time together, actually Eros was having fun, and he is very invested. Despite seeing Aries as annoying girl, I think he became interested in her, and then he learned that he is liking her. However, on the next part, or the major event that happened, is um, Eros learned the truth that he was Aries' ex-boyfriend. So Aries, when she was still alive, she and Eros was in a relationship. However, something bad happened because she died, and she died because of him. So Eros was actually regretting, and he's putting the blame on himself because of the death of Ares. So what happened there back then was he learned the truth that his biological mother was living as stepmother of Ares, and that made him really furious. So within that moment, he left on the house and he went somewhere dangerous without knowing that Ares had followed him. And when she followed him, Eros was focused on fighting with some bad persons or hooligans. And then Ares was went there alone as well. However, those hooligans, so many men who has bad characteristics, so they try to take Ares away. And when Eros learned or know that she was there, he was actually taken aback. However, he did not do anything when those hooligans started to drag her and took Eris away. And after that, she was raped and she died. So that was the cause of her death. And when Eros learned about that, he remembered that because Eris let him remember that moment. However, he was just ashamed of what he did, and he didn't know how to make it up to Ares. But Ares assured him that he must continue fulfilling the task, which is fulfilling the heart necklace by his good deeds. And on the third part of the story, or the major plot twist, is that Teresa's condition was getting worse. She doesn't want to go to the hospital. However, when she was almost running out of time and she is out of breath, they took her to the hospital. And upon learning that Teresa, when she woke up, she was very mad as well that she ran away. And when she ran away, she was at the store. However, she was shot there. And upon learning the truth, Eros was very mad once again because he cannot believe that his sister, who was supposed to live and or maybe should have been should have died with her health problems, was be or will be dying because of a gunshot. So he cannot accept that. And the most or the conflict of the story is happens on the latter part, such that they were almost there in fulfilling the task. However, Eros cannot pray. So that is the only thing that he cannot do. He doesn't believe in God and he don't know how to pray. But Eris told him that he only needs to lean on him, to kneel and just say something about what he wants to happen. And after letting him pray, Aries left because she was already fading away. So the resolution that happened in that part was Aries had finished the task and she was able to go back into her original life. But they are separated once again. And Aterisa was cured because of her wish, or because of Eros' wish, which is to save her. And now let's talk about some of the themes or that has been shown in the story. So love, Eros showed love for his sister and as well as for Ares. He changed for the people he loves. And also we have some of the symbolisms that is used, such that the necklace symbolizes time. So if they were able to finish the task within a month, so they get to finish the task and help each other, benefit for each other. And as for my realization, I realized that in life, although there are many unfortunate things that happen, I know it is hard to believe that something good will happen. However, if we embrace something negative, then we cannot move forward and we cannot see how beautiful life is. Although we face or we encounter some bad or unfortunate happenings in our life, it is part of our growth, and we should see that as a strength instead of something that will make us pull back down. So I also learned that in every battle, we are not alone. We have to lean on someone, and that someone is God. So even though we felt like everyone turns around their backs on us, He will never turn his back on us because our battle is not ours alone, but we are battling with someone who is very powerful. And with that, upon believing or upon having faith in Him, we will be able to overcome all of the struggles that we are facing. And I think that is all for my book review. And I hope that you could also read this book because this is a very good story. And with that, thank you and see you next time. Bye.